What's up, YouTube? Today, there was a big announcement in Upland. We are nearing the 1 million earnings milestone. What this is essentially player-to-player sales, fiat, USD, US dollar sales, is about to reach $1 million that players have purchased from other players.
Since the onset of the game, correct?
Since the onset of the game. And a lot of this is due to the announcement they made a month ago when they opened Fiat out to more players. So it's really, this is proof that the game is really alive and there's a lot of people, new people joining and wanting to get really good properties. And a lot of the great properties out there are for sale for USD. Didn't you recently sell your first?
So I am one of the, beta testers of the USD or fiat out method. And I started listing a bunch of properties. I'd listed some very low-priced minted properties as well as some very high-priced minted properties that are in collections, just to see kind of what I would experience. I just was curious. I've sold certainly lots of properties with UPIX, but not with USD. And actually, to my surprise, I sold 2 properties that are kind of medium-sized, kind of low-level properties in Bakersfield for $110 each. So
nice.
So I got $100 or $220. And then just 2 nights ago, I'm sitting there going to bed, and I'm just checking crypto, and all of a sudden I get an email notification that someone had purchased one of my properties in Oakland for $5,000 US dollars.
Nice.
Now, and I purchased that property for about $2,200 to $2,300 in UPIX. So that's about a 170% return, which it's not extreme. It's not like, the moon, as people would say. But, yeah, I actually got some real money for it. So one of the things that was kind of discouraging me prior to those sales was that as I was listing properties for USD or for sale for USD, which you can only do on the browser, by the way, I listed a bunch, and then I listed one, and I got an error. And the error message basically informed me that you can only list 10 properties for sale via US dollars at a time.
Yeah.
And I think there's some reason behind that. I think there are some people who try to take advantage of the game, and this is trying to minimize and mitigate a lot of those risks. At the same time, I was kind of bummed. I was like, dude, they're never going to let me get my money out of this game. Only 10 properties at a time. It's like a grocery store that only sells 10 items at a time, 1 loaf of bread, 1 thing of eggs, a milk, and maybe a Twinkie, and I was kind of like...
But this is more like a grocery store that just opened and it's just started selling their first product for the first time ever. And a grocery store has never existed before.
Yeah. Which is awesome and super exciting, but when it's your money in that grocery store, it's kind of like, I want my money, I want to make some money off this. So I was super pleased, though, by the way. I was initially upset when I learned that there was just only 10 that you could list with US dollars, and I'm sure that maybe in the future that will be different as they learn to find, maybe better... I don't know. What's the system? More escrow systems or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah, with this announcement actually today, they are announcing some new features to Fiat out. I'm not sure if you had a chance to see that, but yeah, it says the 1 million earnings milestone. Upland is nearing one of the most exciting milestones in its history to date. Players have earned more than $900,000 playing Upland, and will soon cross the 1 million mark. This is a huge achievement and a testament to Upland's pay-to-earn model, which brings us that much closer to our vision for the Metaverse.
Dude, that's so cool.
So part of this, they're doing a giveaway for Spark, and a lot of people are really excited about Spark and getting more Spark. Spark is the... I'm not sure what you call it, but a utility that allows you to... build properties currently, and in the future there will be more uses for Spark, all sorts of creative uses, but it's not really a currency. It's more of like in-game time or man hours, or I guess it could be used for different things in the future.
Yeah, certainly a resource, but at least for now in the game, it is the sole resource used to create, construction on a property that you already own.
Yep.
And by the way, I just want to call attention to the very last sentence in that first paragraph, where it says that this play to earn model brings us that much closer to our vision for the metaverse. That sentence says a lot to me, because what they're basically saying is that they've not yet achieved the vision for the metaverse, meaning that the current,
not even close.
Yeah, the current experience with Upland, admittedly in that sentence, is saying that the current experience is not what their vision is yet, meaning there's great things to come.
Yeah, and it's a long-term goal, and there's all sorts of cool stuff coming in the near future.
Yeah.
Let's see. Property to USD updates. Over the last few months, we have added thousands of players to our Property to USD program and have seen great success with its expansion. So that's good. They are telling us the testing has been going well with releasing it to more players. So I'm sure that soon means you'll be able to list more, properties, because it is going successful. Players who wish to join the Property to USD program can sign up by visiting City Hall in San Francisco. If you're not familiar, you travel to San Francisco and there's an actual City Hall building. You have to send your Block Explorer to that building and click on that building, and there, similar to traveling on a train, there's a pop-up that allows you to kind of interact with that building. Cool. And there you can sign up for the program.
Oh, wait. Yeah. New property limits. Players will be able to sell 20 properties at a time, up from 10.
Yep.
That's cool.
So there you go. So I think they're going to keep expanding on that, as well as look at the cooldown periods. This is another thing a lot of people were frustrated with. Players who acquire properties are required to wait a certain number of days before those properties are eligible for Property to USD. So Uplanders, 30 days. Pros, 14 days. Directors, 7 days. Executive and chief executive, 3 days. And look, all of these used to be you had to wait 30 days. Which honestly, this is, unless you're out, and if you compare that to the real world, unless you're literally buying houses for physical cash, that would most likely be a similar, like, if you're transferring money, it takes 3 days for a big transfer.
Yeah,
so,
you're right.
That replicates the real world actually very, very well, in my opinion. These changes will go into effect immediately. So these changes are live right now. So I believe you currently can go in and list 20 properties.
Good to know.
Because, again, tomorrow morning, there's an event starting. This giveaway. I have another tab open. Let's see. I'll get over. The 1 Million Earnings giveaway. So this is showing the prizes that you can earn up to 1 spark. All you have to do for that is buy or sell properties for USD for a total of $500. So this is buy or sell, and you will qualify. For the lower prizes, buy or sell properties for $100, and you can win a quarter of a spark, or buy or sell properties for USD for any value. So any player out there could possibly win, even if you can find a property for only like $5. You have a chance to win some spark, which is pretty cool.
I love these events because what that does is it kind of gives a shot in the arm into the economy of Upland. Like you said earlier, before we started filming, that because the prize to win 1 spark, the requirement to qualify is to buy or sell properties for US dollars for a total of $500 or more. I'm assuming that it exceeds more than just 500. It's not just exactly 500.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but what you said earlier was interesting. You said that's going to really, for the weekend or whatever, it's going to drive the demand for properties listed for US dollar. So here it is, Friday morning, and The point is, if you've got properties and you're qualified to sell for a U.S. dollar, maybe you want to go ahead and list a few.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just for the Spark alone, even if you're like, I want to keep all my properties in Upland, like, I mean, I only want to sell for UPX because I'm not ready to get out of the game. I know a lot of people who think it's a good time to not be selling their properties for USD because they want to hold their kind of stake that they have in Upland. But I think when the Spark reward is there, I mean, you can always put that money back into Upland if you want to buy more UPX. So definitely Spark is going to have a lot of value in the future, I think more than it currently has. So I think Spark will continue to be really important for players to collect more of and could in turn earn you a lot more money in the future. So yeah, this is one of the few events as well where they didn't actually give us like an end date, and I think that's because they're waiting for the 1 million mark. I read earlier, I'm not sure where it was. Oh, it's right here. That's it. Players can qualify for more than one drawing, and players who qualify for the higher tier of drawings will also qualify for the lower tiers. So if you sell the $500 one or buy $500 worth, you can win all of these. It's not like you only have to qualify for one, right? So you could technically win. I guess if someone were lucky enough, they could win Spark from all three of these, so that's pretty cool. The buyer and seller who execute the transaction that breaks the 1 million boundary will earn an exclusive badge. That's pretty cool.
What do the badges do for you?
I mean, it's just kind of to flex. I thought it was maybe a block explorer, but maybe it's just a badge. So that's just kind of bling on your.
It's cool.
It maybe gives you more trust with people that you've been around for a while, because with the announcements that they say are coming, if we're going to have a bunch more players joining, I think a lot of us who are currently earning badges and stuff, there are a lot of players in the future aren't going to be able to earn those kind of badges. You know?
Street cred is important no matter where you go. And, if your block explorer is single and lonely, having a couple badges on its side.
Yeah, there you go.
Some babe attention.
Okay, so that's it. That we did answer on question here. Entries will close once we hit our goal of $1 million sold. So that's when the event officially ends, and then I'm sure they'll post an update at that time that the event has ended. So
we don't know exactly how close they are to the 1 million mark right now, right?
They did say they're at 900,000.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
And I think this event will.
Yeah, that'll crush it fast, I would imagine.
Probably, maybe we'll hit it this weekend. Imagine we hit it tomorrow.
100,000.
Imagine so many people are excited that we hit it tomorrow.
I mean, so
I wouldn't be surprised if we do.
I agree, because just like I said, 2 days ago, I sold $5,000 worth of USD, and
people want Spark, man.
Yeah.
People want Spark.
Dang.
If I could let's list some stuff tomorrow, man.
Yeah. I wish my property. I mean, I was grateful it sold, but I wish it would have sold this weekend.
Yeah, but you could easily sell or buy $500 worth.
Yeah.
I mean, if you sold $500, just buy someone who has a good deal.
Yeah.
Buy their $500 property.
Yeah, I need to look at that. That's a good idea.
So then you can put some money back in and guaranteed be in that entry if you buy that first thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So I have to go back to one of my earlier comments in this podcast several episodes ago. And, right now we're in an interesting time in the cryptoverse or the crypto world where, there's a lot of hype and anticipation around certain, coins or networks going live or going to 2.0 or smart contracts, whatever. And so there's a lot of movement finally after several months in the crypto world. Yet there are still people getting wrecked with crypto. And, there are people making a lot of money, but I guarantee the people who are making a lot of money, there's a portion of those who probably won't learn the technique of how to take profits out, and they're going to get wrecked again.
Yep.
So my point is that with Upland, you can be a player in the crypto world, in the Metaverse, You can put your money in now. It's more of a long-term payout or investment, but the risk is zero. Whereas the risk in crypto currencies is, it's volatile.
I mean, in some cases, crypto might be longer payout though. If you bought when prices were high, like if you bought Bitcoin for the first time when it was $50,000 because there was a bunch of hype, I mean, you still aren't even close
you're
to.
Stuck for.
And it might be another year or two before you even start making money.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're
you know
right.
What I mean, so
yeah.
I think Upland has only been around for very little, and people have. I mean, I know there's some people who've put only $10 or $20 in and have already pulled out over $1,000.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's like amazing.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how you should say that. A couple nights ago you said something about how the comedian who says how funny it is when people who are stranded on a kind of a stalled flight, on a commercial flight, and they're sitting on the runway and they're waiting there for 40 minutes and they're just super, super upset. But yet they tend to forget the miracle that they're about
human flight.
They're about to engage in continental flight.
We sat there on the runway for 40 minutes.
Right.
Oh yeah, and then what happened?
Right.
Did you fly through the air like a bird?
Right. And so here I am saying that this is long term when, so the property I just sold the other day was 170%. I bought that property in, I don't know, May.
Only a few months ago.
Yeah. And
you pretty much doubled your money.
Yeah. I mean, who does that? Where else can you do that in that short a time? So the age-old wisdom again is, invest in real estate, like actual property, and then 30 years from now, you could probably pay off your mortgage because you can, flip that house and sell it or whatever and then use the proceeds. But man, the length of time that it takes. I mean, this really is the Upland really is kind of a gold mine because again, the risk is minimal, but the payout, if you do it right, is great.
Yeah.
And it's within your control.
There you go. So get excited, sell some properties this weekend. We're going to try to list this right before the event goes live tomorrow. That's 10 a.m. for us. So we'll try to list it before the event goes live, get some hype around it. Good luck, everyone. Buy and sell some properties for USD, and you can win yourself some Spark.
Make some money, y'all.